This year, to create my blog, I decided to use Weebly, which is an improved site from the HTML-based blogger I use for my AS. This is due to the easy drag and drop elements, which allow me to add text, images and links easily. This easy drag and drop also means I can position my research where I want to. I also feel it has a clearer and neater layout than Blogger, as it uses more visuals. Weebly was also useful as it allowed me to upload my research and planning using different sites and applications. In the early stages of research, I found it useful to use PowerPoint, as it allowed me to present my research and hold lots of information, as well as creating a clean and clear presentation of my work. This was placed onto my blog using SlideShare, as it meant I could make my PowerPoint a link which is easy to view. Another way I displayed my information in the form of a presentation was Prezi. I found it was very easy to use and the finished result creates a professional collection of information. Prezi also meant I could incorporate videos, which accompanied the information well. This was easy to add to my blog as it was simply embedded straight onto it. Another site I used to present my information, especially my planning, was Scribd. This site allowed me to publish Word documents which held my scripts and permission form neatly and clearly. This was also easy to embed onto my blog. When it came to our questionnaires, we found last year that going around asking people to fill out our survey was inefficient and time-consuming, so decided to use SurveyMonkey, a website that allows you to share your survey and collects all of the responses together. We found it much easier to collect a response, as we had all the responses in bar graphs, allowing us to analyse them easily. It also meant we could have a larger sample size. Although I'd never used this before, I found SurveyMonkey very easy to use as well as being time efficient. We again used SlideShare here to publish the results. Another useful website I used to explain my information was ThingLink, which allows you to create interactive images. They display text explaining the photo where the mouse is hovered over the icons. This text explains and analyses the different areas of the image, and I found it very useful in my research. To film our documentary, we predominantly used a Canon EOS 450D, which is a 12.2 megapixel digital single lens reflex camera. We found this camera very easy to use as it was quite small and easy to manage. We also found it quite easy to film different angles and shots as the camera is agile. However, I did find it quite difficult to use initially, as there are lots of different modes and it was quite hard to understand how the focus and zoom worked. In order to stabilise the camera, we used the tripod Liebeck TH650HD. Initially, we found it very difficult to set up and make level, but once we understood it, we found it very useful and made our film look more professional. However, we did not use it very often, as many of our shots were in areas where a tripod was not practical, such as sides of roads. In retrospect, I feel we should have used it more to ensure all our shots were steady. In order to get shots within the car, we had to use a smaller handheld camera, so we used 2 GoPros. They were really useful as due to the fisheye lens, much of the area we filmed inside the car could be seen. The GoPros also had extensions which allowed us to fit the cameras to the dashboard of the car, making the camera stable and effective. However, due to the protective cover, the microphone of the camera was poor, so we had to use an exterior microphone to pick up the dialogue. When editing and constructing my piece, I used Final Cut Pro. I found this process the longest and the most complex due to the number of functions on the application. However, it is very useful as it allows for layering of clips and sounds. Although I used it last year for my AS course, this year I used more sound files and cutaways, making the process much harder. I also found I used more features such as colour correction than last year, meaning I had to learn new skills. I also used Final Cut Pro for my radio ad as it allowed me to layer the different sounds to create one sound. To create our poster, we used Photoshop, an industrial company used to edit photos professionally used by main institutions. This application allowed us to add features and filters to the photo by layering different images and effects on top of our original image. We found it very difficult to use due to the many elements on the application. However, it gave a very professional look to my poster. For my research, planning and radio advert, I used the iPhone voice memo app, which allowed me to record my voice easily and clearly explaining a topic. The stop and start elements also meant I could record my voice easily and quickly, as well as editing out any stutters or mistakes. To upload these sound files, I use SoundCloud, a site that allows you to upload audio files quickly and easily. This site meant the audios were of a high quality and allowed me to embed them quickly to my blog.